You can put so much work into designing really cool car liveries in Gran Turismo Sport. And while it may take some time, even making the most incredible designs is really just a matter of overlaying elementary shapes. Guys, let's grab some decals and tear it up. What's up guys, Darkdally here playing Gran Turismo Sport, and today I'm back in the livery editor. I want to continue from the last episode where we were making a dragon on the side of this BMW, and I've gone a bit further, and what I want to do today is I want to show some more tips and tricks you can use in the livery editor to do some really cool stuff, because I have some really cool ideas on what to do with this dragon. Now, last episode I said I was going to draw a dragon that wraps all the way around this, this car. I was gonna make it all like 3D and cool and stuff, but I had a really crappy start. Remember the start I had? Well, I've made some changes, and now it actually looks like a dragon. We're actually getting somewhere. I've done quite a bit of work on it, and I want to do some more shading and stuff. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue on this a bit, and I'm gonna change the concept. Instead of having just a dragon that wraps all the way around the car, that doesn't sound very interesting. I mean, it does sound cool, but I thought it might be even cooler if I had a knight in shining armor on this side fighting the dragon on this side. Well, somewhat. What I mean by that is I think it'd be cool if I had like a knight here with a sword pointing towards the front of the car, whereas here we have the dragon with the fire breathing towards the front of the car. This is all going to be really cool. And hopefully soon, Gran Turismo should have the ability to upload and then share these liveries so you guys could use some of the stuff that I make, and that'd be really cool. Especially, I hope you guys like this stuff. So let's look at some of the stuff that went behind the dragon, and then I have an idea on how I want to do the shiny armor for the knight, and it's going to be really, really cool. You're probably already thinking about it too. As soon as it said shiny armor, it occurred to me as well. I was like, oh, I know what I can do. All right, so there's only 37 layers that compose this dragon and the fire. I actually thought it was going to be a lot more. It's mostly just, pieces under pieces and then pieces over pieces to mask them and whatnot. But it actually looks like a dragon head now and not some funky bird like it did the last time. If I haven't already, I'm going to show the start that we had last time. I did decide to change the car from blue to black. The black just makes it pop more, gives it more contrast. Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do for the knight. Now, I'll show you some of that stuff. I did go over the basics of using the livery editor in the first video of this series, and it's really pretty self-explanatory. Here's what I want to do for the knight. I want him to have shiny, shiny armor. And then it occurred to me, here's what we're going to do. We're going to paint the car chrome, and then I'm going to mask off everything on the car that's not the armor as black. You see what I'm saying? So that's going to be, what that means is, oh, that fire looks kind of cool on this chrome. It really looks like ghosty. Anyway, so what that means is on this side, we're going to be drawing the dragon by placing the shapes and overlapping them. You can see I've started some shading here, and that's just by sliding gradients underneath some of the hard layers. On the other side, we're going to be drawing the knight in the opposite direction, meaning instead of placing the shapes to draw him, we're going to do the negative space. We're going to do the negative space around him because he's going to be the chrome. Now, I think that's going to be pretty cool. Now, first of all, what we got to do is we got to mask off the rest of the car. So let's go ahead. In the paint menu here, now that we've painted the whole car, we can paint the hood black. So let's do that. So we're going to paint the hood black. That's no problem. I should be able to get around those hood vents via this, I would think. Yep, that's going to paint my hood vents black for now. Maybe, who knows, maybe you want to do something with them later. Now we need to mask off this whole side of the car here. Now here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to go to decals. I haven't tried this yet, but I've thought about it, and this should work. I've thought about it in my head. Let's go to the very bottom layer, and let's add a layer below. So we're adding a very, very bottom layer to the left side of the car, and we're going to choose, we're just going to pick a square, and we're just going to make it cover the entire side of the car. Yes, it does work. Okay. Now we're just going to paint this guy black, and this side of the car should look the same as it did before. Yep, sweetness. I was hoping this would work. Okay, so we just need to mask off the rest of the car until we get around to the side, and then I'll just that'll be a different process. I'm going to go ahead and mask off the rest of this car and get a start on what I'm doing, and I'll be right back. Okay, and so I've gone around the car, and I've masked off everything except the passenger side. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this like this, and then I'll do this with smaller shapes. I did the rest of the car with big blocky shapes. I was able to paint the hood black. The rest of it, I just used the big square vinyl. And oh, it looks like we forgot something. I did forget the spoiler. Let's go ahead and paint that black. That I can just paint right here. Oh, and the mirrors. Oh, almost missed that too. So let's paint our mirrors black. Let's paint our rear wing black. This is going to be cool, guys. I want to have the knight like thrusting his sword out, maybe carrying a shield. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit much for now. I want to get a start on him and then work some more on the dragon and show you some of the shading and stuff I'm going to be doing. Hopefully this gives you guys some ideas, and hopefully I can share some of this stuff with you, because I plan on doing a lot more of designs like this. All right, guys, let me get some work done here, and then we will continue. Now, making this knight in shining armor whole thing is going to be, again, you know, it's going to be the opposite of the dragon. I'm going to want the shapes to go around the outside of him. So let's try something like this. I'm just going to throw some stuff out here and try this. This may be what I would want to use for the top of his head. Let's see. Let's try this. I mean, this would be an example. We're going to want this a little... We're using the L1 button. We're going to skew it a little bit. See if I can get this into the, you know, be the top of his head. Something like this might work. We just got to decide where we would want it. I'd like to keep the majority of the knight away from curves of the body. This looks like it might be good right here. And then we'll just paint this black. And so that'll be like the top of his helmet there. We're going to keep going down. This might require throwing some shapes out there just to get an idea of where I'm going to be drawing, and I might just do that. And one thing I was going to try that I kind of forgot, I'll probably be switching back and forth between the two sides of the car a lot here. A, that'll make sure they match, and B, it'll keep me from getting too burned out on one side, right? There's something I want to try in this dragon. I thought it'd be cool if the dragon had like a shiny eye and the knight did too. That would add some... it would kind of connect the two sides in a way, because they both had that one thing in common. And I want to try this. Let's add a layer below this. I think we can do it using... You know what? Let's just use a triangle. We're just going to have to deform the hell out of it. We're going to use this triangle, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it so skinny. Let's take that. Now we're going to... Let's go ahead and paint this. I think this will be a good red. I think it's the red the eye is. And let's actually move it. All right. I wish there was precision control, so you can only move stuff with the stick. The D-pad, this is what I was trying to say in the first video. The D-pad has no controls. It's not mapped to anything. Why not have it do precise movements instead of having to use the stick? It's really wonky like that. Let's actually put that right there. Now let's go duplicate and flip vertically and move this up. There we go. Now I might want some more stuff around there, but what I wanted to try was this. Let's go grab... I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. None of this was rehearsed. This is all... Okay, let's try this. This might work. And then let's get that red back. You know, that kind of does have the effect I wanted. It kind of does. Let's have a look at it out here. What do you guys think? I don't know, but that's interesting. That is a cool way to make something glow. The eye does look like it's glowing. It's that gradient laid over the black with the hard red shape inside of it. I'm going to be doing that more. All right, guys, that's pretty cool. We're going to leave that for now. I can probably come back to that and make that look better, but damn, that eye looks like it's glowing. Okay, that's a trick we're going to be using a lot more. Let's get back to this knight. Okay, I know what we're going to do for the knight. I just remembered how I mentioned in the first video how I made this really cool airbrush looking skull and a livery for a car once, not in this game, in another game. And I made it basically out of triangles. I remember what I was doing now, and this is a great technique. When you want to draw something and say you're not exactly sure exactly how you want to do it, like I know I need to draw everything here that is not the knight. You know, I need to black out all the negative space. I need to get the outline for him in the armor. And one great way to do that is to get... Triangles are great because you can rotate them and size them to pretty much mask out any space. Say I could continue the head down by taking this triangle. You know, let's see, can we zoom in a little bit here? There we go. And then I can take this triangle and I can kind of rotate it and tweak it a little bit. Like I can say, put it right here, right? Let's go ahead and paint it. Now this is a little harder than in some games. And then I can just go duplicate, and bam, we're already working again. And then I can kind of rotate this a little bit more, stamp it, go over here. And this is, I remember now, I was like, that's how I did those hundreds of triangles. You can just quickly make one, stamp it, duplicate it, drag it down. And this is a great way to draw really quickly. Triangles are great. I mean, you can use any shape you want. Triangles are great. Oops, wrong button. Because they can, again, they're great for masking. Because all we need to do is we just need to get enough area around him that I can then come back in here and put big block shapes and all this negative space. So we're going to continue like this. And I'm going to end this video here, guys. We've gone over a lot of cool stuff. Let's just cancel this layer, and I'll come back to this. I'm going to finish this on my own time because this takes a lot of time to do this, and I don't want to waste all your guys' time. I hope you guys like the progress made on the car. It definitely looks like a dragon now. You can see what we're doing. Instead of having the tail wrap around the entire body of the car, I'm going to have the dragon mostly on this side. It's probably going to come up some on the rear deck of the car and maybe some onto the rear bumper. The night, I'm going to work with the space. That there's a lot of work to be done there, and then we'll have an update probably tomorrow or the next day, and you know, in the next video we'll have an update and I'll have a lot more done. If you guys saw the previous video, the first video in the series, you know I've gotten a lot done since yesterday, because yesterday it was just some white lines and a blue car. So I'm going to get some more done, and yes, I did notice that piece of chrome up there on the trunk of the car. I need to mask that off. We'll fix that. All right, guys, I hope you guys picked up some cool tips, inspiration, or anything from this video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was my pleasure to bring this to you. Guys, it's so much fun. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Darkdally. I will catch you guys next time.